welcome to episode 5. Sincere apologies it took so long to get this video to you. Life got in the way, but here we are. Last time we left off at episode 4, you recall we just headed into the Nether through our very first Nether Portal. So without further ado, let's jump straight back in and see where we landed. Right, so far so good. Okay. Oh, okay. Right, we're in between two biomes, which is awesome because that will give us access to hopefully both types of wood. Certainly we've got the warped forest here. Oh, we don't want to play with him right now, that's for sure. Could be a very quick experience if we get in trouble with ghasts. So what we know we need is the nether quartz, which is this stuff here, and it's literally everywhere in the nether. So we can just mine away at this, grab a load for what we need. We don't actually need anything else. This trip really is exclusively for this nether quartz. And as I say, it's everywhere, drops a good share of stuff. And we know that we have some right outside the base as well. Well, we did. Have we got any more? This is great as well, glowstone, but I want to wait until we've got silk touch for that because I want it to drop as the whole stuff. But that is right on our doorstep as well. More nether quartz here. I'm going to try and just get as much as I can from the nearby area. Is that ghast? He's not around. And I'm also going to take a bit of that. Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar. Okay, I looked at the Enderman. So that's not great. But the good thing is we are very, very close. And our portal is right here. I'm not even going to take anything for the first time back. Because that Enderman won't have a problem with us now. He will not be as well. He will if I look at him again. But yeah, he's got my block. But that's okay. You can have that. So let's just sort ourselves out again. Didn't really lose anything. Really just sorting out my inventory that gets on my nerves, you know. This takes so long because I've got everything in just such a way, you know. But hey ho, that's the price you pay. Okay, let's have a look. That'll do for now. Goodness gracious me, put that up there. Oh, sugar, gas. So that's not what we wanted. I'm only sorting out my inventory, honestly. Where's he gone? Right, okay. Let's just get some more of that nether quartz while we're here and try, if we can, I really want to get some of that warped forest. And if we can get some of the mushrooms as well, then we can start growing that stuff back at home, which is nice. I was hoping because we're on the edge of a biome that we might see both tree types quite close, but I can't see the crimson anywhere, so we probably need to have a look a little bit further afield for a crimson forest. But not too bad. The biggest danger here in these warped forests is actually the Enderman, because it's just so easy to look at them. Sounds ridiculous, but they are everywhere, and of course if you look at them in the eyes they will target you, and yeah, there's just too many to kind of avoid, really. So this is where having a carved pumpkin head comes in really handy because they will not target you. They can't see you looking at them if you're wearing a carved pumpkin head. But it is a pain because your visibility is severely hampered when you've got that on. But I use a texture pack from Foxy No-Tail which eliminates that sort of limited vision, or significantly reduces it essentially to make it much more playable because it is just way too extreme. So yeah, in time we will do that, but we haven't brought a carved pumpkin with us because I wasn't even thinking I'd land in a warped forest. I don't know why, just never have before, so didn't give it any mind. But we're not here for anything other than what we've already got anyway, and we don't have to fully mine this tree down either because we are going to be coming back. It's right on our doorstep. We will take some of this as well, these shroom lights, because these are handy as light up blocks while we don't have glowstone and we don't have pretty much anything other than lamps and the odd lantern. We're a bit limited on lighting at the moment, so these will be handy. Nope. Nope, we're good. Okay, right. We're going to take some of these mushrooms because these are these are essentially your saplings for the warped trees. So we can grow some of those at home, which is great. That's all we need. Just have a little quick look, see if there's anything notable here. Don't want to start a fight with anyone or anything. What we got down here? Okay, more warped forest, nice. A little bit more nether quartz there. Of course, the good thing about nether quartz as well is it drops XP. So we lost all our XP, which wasn't that much again. We've not built any XP up, so I'm never really worried about losing it. But nether quartz drops XP and there's always lots of it every time you find it, so it's a good way to get a quick little level or two if you need it, which we don't right now anyway, because levels are only for enchanting and we're not quite there yet. Ah, okay, nice. Oh, sugar plums. Okay, alright, so this is going to be handy because this is the biome we need to build a gas farm in. Ah, and that looks like a bastion remnant over there. Okay, we don't want to be messing around with these guys at the moment either. Is that a bastion remnant? Oh, I hear a blast. Oh, a blast from a gas. Right, okay, I am going to get out of here, I think. I don't think now is the time to be picking any fights with any ghasts. Crimson trees would have been a really nice find, but that's okay. We'll leave it for now. Yeah, I do really want to know if that was a bastion remnant or if it was just part of the basalt. But, oh, magma. He will drop magma cream, which is handy. Or once he obviously, these are very similar to slimes. If you, oh sugar, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Right, let's just get near the pool. Yeah, no, there we go. Oh heavens! See, I always push it that little bit too far. That's my problem. I say I'm going to go home. I say I'm going to run away, and then I just think, well, I'll just do this, and I just push myself a little bit far. So we do need to get very quickly our stuff back because these magma cubes are not to be played with. Oh goodness, right, we're going to have a problem here. I think we need to grab something, at least, from our little repository. So let's take some armour at least, and maybe a sword, which we don't actually have. So in fact, should we shoot up some arrows? Power 2, let's take that. Let's take a power 2 bow. We haven't done that in a while. That'll allow us to take care of the magma cubes that are guarding our stuff, at least long enough, hopefully, until we get our sword back. Oh dear, just don't need it. Where are we? Okay. So we're going to take you out. I'm going to take you out. Right, let's get a little bit closer. I might not have brought enough arrows. Well, we definitely haven't brought enough arrows, but let's go and get what we can get. There we go. Now we've got an axe, so we can just sort them out with that. Perfect. Right, okay. Back in the driver's seat. Okay, oh, one more. Come on then. And we got some magma cream for our troubles, which is nice. Okay. Oh, anything down there, or is it just magma cubes? Magma. Oh no, there is some stuff there. Let's put our gear back on. Where was it? There we go. And take that. Let's find a little path down, because we've got our wood blocks there. Just use a bit of iron. Oh goodness me, I'm going to end up looking right in his face while digging. That's not what we want. Got our sword back, so let's get these little blights. Oh, crikey. Lucky I had my sword out, eh? He got me from the side. That is going to be our problem. That Enderman. He's right in our eyesight. Eye line, I should say. Right, that's them. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There we go. Luckily you can one-hit kill those guys. Right, so was it just this stuff we needed? Because our health is in a pickle. Right, I think that's all our stuff. Let's just double check. Let him take that. Right, have I got my iron? Got that, got my food. Let's have some food. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there, you know. So I am going to now officially get out of Dodge. Now we can't take that gold with us just now because there's too many piglins around and they get fuming take gold, which is fine normally, but I'm not in the mood to fight as we've just seen, so we're going to head straight home. We're going to close up and secure our portal, which should already be secure. Yeah, we've closed that gate, and up here nothing can get over that. They can actually get over that at the moment, but that will be bookcases, so they won't be able to get over that now. So that's super. If anything comes through, they'll be trapped either that side or this side, and we can deal with them in our own way. Okay, so we got what we needed from the Nether. It wasn't the smoothest of journeys, and it never is or will be with me, so you can keep that in mind. But we have got half a stack or so of nether quartz, which is enough to be getting on with, and we know that there's plenty more. Right. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to die in our own home. The best part is I can't get my stuff back because it's in... Okay, right, there we go. We've managed to do a little bit. Come on. Bring our stuff up here, there we go. Except now we've brought them up here, haven't we? Respawn. Quickly get him down. If we can get one of them, that would be something. There we go. And then just the bannerman. Yes, okay. Oh, God, honestly, just do not need all this drama, do we? But all the same, it's done. We got ourselves bad omen there, which is okay. It just means we can't go to the village within the next 100 minutes. Well, we can, but we're certainly not going to, because you know how that'll go if we go there and trigger a raid, which we are absolutely, definitely, positively not ready for. So I'm just going to sort everything out a little bit and then work out our next steps. From inside the main room of the base, we've decided to put this door here because we're going to do a little bit of building outside. So at the moment, we've just poked a hole in, but clearly this needs a little bit of detailing. I don't want it to be much of a main event, it's just a back door. But yeah, had a play, and here's what we came up with. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's about the level of detail I wanted. Sometimes less is more, and I think, as I said, this is just a back door from the kitchen type entrance, and I think it does the job. We obviously put pressure plates in here so that we could get in and out easy. Very basic on the inside, but again, I don't think you need much detailing in that. It's supposed to be subtle and blend in. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so from here on out in this video, I'm recording the audio over the top of video capture that I took months ago. And I am so sorry for the delay in getting this video out. Life has got away with me, but I'm determined to get back on top of things. So here I am working on our little beehives, and I'm going to smoke them all out and kind of set up a bit of a permanent structure around them. I'm also going to work on a bit of a farm area. Everything we've got in terms of farming at the moment is super temporary. So I'm thinking this whole area outside the new door we've just installed will be a farmland area. So as you can see, we have to put those campfires 2 blocks below where the actual beehive is. So it leaves one gap above it for the smoke, just like that. And I'm going to block these in with fences as well, because needless to say, walking into that campfire is going to get hot. So to test that everything is good with those campfires, we can collect the honey like this and check that basically we don't get attacked by bees. And as long as they're in the right place, we won't. That smoke calms them down. And if for any reason we'd put the smoke in the wrong place, those bees would attack whatever bees were assigned to that hive. Since I've been playing last, I know there's been some big updates that I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into. The most exciting one that I'm really excited about is the autocrafter. I still haven't played around with it, and I think that could be massive for changing the game, really. So I'm excited to get up to speed with everything. I should add that while I've been AWOL from the channel, I've not been playing Minecraft at all. In fact, the only game I've been playing at all is Pokemon Go. I haven't done anything on the PC, nothing on the PS5, nothing on the Switch. I have literally just been playing Pokemon Go and just working, basically. So I'm determined to make some more time for Minecraft again. Pokemon Go can survive alongside that. I've got really hooked on that. So taken up a lot of my free time. And frankly, I've had a lot less free time than I'm used to. So determined to get back in the driver's seat as far as Minecraft and downtime and gaming is concerned. That is my focus for this year, really. So here we're going to work on a nicer crop farm. The one at the back of the building, which is functional, is ugly and nothing more than functional. So I wanted to kind of give this a bit of a feature, turn it into a little bit of a farm, really. So I started with some 3x3 kind of crop areas and did that in a grid of 2x2, 3x3 areas. So we've got this kind of big 7x7, I guess, area with the tracks in between, which will of course be used for a water block in the middle. As with a lot of my builds, I sort of make this up as I go along, but having watched a lot of videos and like followed a lot of people on Pinterest and Instagram and all that sort of stuff for inspiration over the years, I kind of get ideas that then become this kind of messy hybrids of what I want to make in my own worlds. Again, this is super simple and will have been inspired by a load of other types of designs that I've seen, not just for farms, but you know, things like using the trapdoors for the edges and stuff like that. I think works really nicely. I've seen it work really nicely. So I try to replicate those things. But then I do make bits up as I go along.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So clearly that was an unplanned interaction with a creeper and not ideal. It took out my newly formed doorway and I had to just go and patch things up before I can carry on. Not the end of the world. One of those really annoying things, really, but there we go. Not a big deal. So back to the farm, I started by putting these signs in place so that I could have a fixed water block in the middle with these kind of hollow walkways. That was to allow me to put torches here so that the area would be well lit in this open space. However, this was a nice idea and it looks fine with the grass like this. But the plan didn't really work in the end when you start to hoe the land. So when we hoe this land here, you will notice that the top of it is ever so slightly lower, which means you can see between those trapdoors and the ground beneath it. And being as fussy as I am, I just really didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of you being able to see that water block, the signs, even the torches. It just wasn't working for me. So I decided against this whole thing and ripped these up and went for solid blocks in the middle there, which means I did have to think about external lighting, but that's not the end of the world. And this is the nature of playing Minecraft. This is, for me, what it's all about. It's about making mistakes and learning your own way. Obviously, I could have looked up my favourite ever crop farm design and replicated that like for like, and I do that sometimes, particularly with redstone farms that are quite complex, because I, as you know, haven't been playing the game an awful long time, not by Minecraft standards anyway. So sometimes I do like that approach. But with stuff like this, I like to kind of play around and just find what works for me. We've still got the water block in the middle. You can't see it, of course, but that's still doing the job in terms of hydrating all of those plots. So now it's time to plant, and we haven't got much in the way of crops at the moment. So I've kept it very basic, just chucked a few seeds and the handful of potatoes and single carrot that I've got. Just chucked them down in a kind of vaguely alternating grid formation for now. And And yeah, we'll basically come back as they grow and update it. Now, this is where I decided to test RTX, which, as you can see, is so different, and I really love it. There's loads I love about it, and so this little next segment is all going to be done with RTX on. You'll see the graphics are completely different with this particular plugin, and the ray tracing with the lighting is awesome. However, there were parts of it that I really didn't like so much. And there are certain things, such as caving, where I just could not get on with RTX because it's so dark inside. It doesn't support, of course, underfloor lighting, which I use throughout the house. So I had to put significantly more lighting on the walls, which I deliberately don't do normally because I love underfloor lighting in that it's hidden, obviously. I quite like the effect, but that just doesn't work with RTX. You really have to put torches everywhere, as you'll see inside the main base. And they don't give off a lot of light. That's the problem for me. That becomes really notable when you go underground, and if you're doing strip mining, for example, where you're having to put lights every sort of 3 blocks because it's so dark. I found that was impossible to do any mining with RTX on. I just did not enjoy that at all. So I enjoy the experiment, and I love how some things look. In a minute, you'll see the outside of the building and the glass, and I really love that with this particular plugin. I think it looks awesome, but it's not sustainable for me. I found it too frustrating, too dark. When the day gets dark as well, I mean, this is broad daylight, so this is as bright as it gets, but when the day gets dark, it's really intense and really noticeable. So I just think RTX and that kind of technology has got a bit of a way to go on Minecraft, which is incredible to be saying that really in 2024. But I just think we're not quite there yet in a way that, at least in a way that I enjoy consistently and I'm happy to kind of fully switch to. I like this plugin. It was great to play around with, and I really enjoyed the way a lot of things look. But I can't keep it on forever until things change a little bit. So we're doing some fencing, as you can see, and kind of just turning this into a bit of an area, little bit of an event. We've got our trees with our beehives in here. We've obviously got our new crop farm in the middle there. So the idea here is just to kind of fence some stuff off and to put some pathways around, just make it a little kind of garden, I guess. So for pathways, I decided to use actual pathways with the shovel, which I quite like, but then I'm going to kind of frame that with these coarse dirt blocks. So essentially dirt blocks that just won't form grass, or a little bit darker, and just give it that kind of muddy vibe with like a trodden in pathway. That was kind of what I was going for here. So I've just run this path pretty much the whole way around. Obviously there's some bits of tree that I had to kind of clear out. Had to work out what I was going to do with some of the protruding beehives, but it was coming along quite nicely, and I'm happy with where this is going directionally. With these fences, I thought I would kind of spruce it up a little bit, so to speak, no pun intended, with some leaves, and I did this every couple of blocks, basically. I left it so that there was visibly fence between them, so leave 2 fence panels so that they connect and look like a fence panel, and then would alternate 2 different types of leaves in those next gaps. So you had this kind of really subtle change in colour between them. Of course, we're still in RTX at the moment, so we'll see how that looks in the real world a little bit later. But I kind of liked this effect. It just gave it a little bit more sort of uniqueness, and also it meant that you could hop over rather than having to go through the door, so it was functional as well. Now, looking around here in RTX, you can see this is what the upstairs looks like, and it's really cool. I mean, it's dark even with all this lighting, but it's really cool. And then when you first go outside, you get that big bright light. And then, as I said, here's the house from the outside and the glass, and I really like it. I wish I could keep it. I wish this would look like this, but then the darker parts would look a bit more tolerable as well. But hey, maybe one day, or maybe there's a pack out there. If anyone's got any plugins that they would recommend that I try that maybe give this kind of effect, but in a slightly more manageable way, certainly for caving, then I'd love to hear about them. Let me know in the comments. So this part, I realised I didn't quite like jumping up. It was also a bit of a risk to the crops. So I put stairs on all 4 sides just to kind of finish up the design. And then I think that goes really nice. Spruce stairs, of course, to match the trapdoors. And I think that brought it to life a little bit. So there we have it, guys. Perhaps not my finest ever episode, a bit thrown together, and I apologise for that. But stick around because I have got big things planned for episode 6, and I promise you won't have to wait as long. Well, at least I really hope so. Perhaps promise is a strong word, but I'm excited, so be there.